Did you know that Wolverine was supposed to be in the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans?
No.
He was going to do a cameo. He went to New York. He was about to do it. I don't remember which movie he was going to do it in, but they said when he showed up in New York, they didn't have his suit ready. It wasn't the same suit from the X-Men movie, so they didn't do it. But yeah, he just showed up.
Well, I liked what you posted. It's tied to Spider-Man, and we haven't got there yet, but I got to bring it up. I like what you posted about Venom being there. Yeah. And that's great because I haven't seen Let There Be Carnage, but that was I'm not hard pressed to see it, but that was great.
But that's basically what happened.
He's just sitting there taking notes like, who's Thanos and who are the Avengers? It's like, it looks like I need to go talk to this Spider-Man.
and then that's it.
He gets zapped back to his own universe. Like, wait a minute, I just got here. It was great.
He shows up, gets drunk, learns some shit,
and he's out, and a little bit of the symbiote gets left behind.
And as an actor, you got paid just to shit. I mean, of course, you probably get really drunk, but the idea of it,
Which okay, let's jump into. I gotta bring this up because in Amazing Spider-Man 2, the symbiote is seen in Amazing Spider-Man 2. So you have to slow it down real slow. This is for real nerds like who just have nothing else better to do. Slow down the scene where Dean DeHaan's character is walking through the armory, like where they have all the weapons and stuff at. Mm-hmm. You'll see the Vulture's wings. You'll see Doc Ock's tentacles. You'll see Rhino's armor. You'll also see a black goo swirling around in a glass vial. That's the Venom symbiote.
When is that in the film? I don't remember.
That is when after he freed Electro and he's getting ready to go get the suit to help slow down his whatever that disease was.
It's called the Osborn curse.
Yeah. And that's what I was. It was.
It's a bunch of warts all over his.
It was some syphilis. Sort of. Syphilis. It was some sort of syphilis. It was something because Osborn, Norman had those long curled fingernails. So I was like, okay, he must be going through this must be the Green Goblin thing, like the ultimate Green Goblin where he's reptilian. That's what I thought it was. But no, it was this disease. And because if you look later on, Norman does evolve because he takes this formula into a goblin-esque monster that breathes fire. So
let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Beginning of the film.
All right.
Peter Parker basically went against his promise to Gwen Stacy's dad. He is dating Gwen Stacy, and they're just frolicking around, and then all of a sudden he changes his mind. Like, you know what? I'm gonna keep that promise. Yeah, which was so stupid. It's like
because he kept seeing visions of George Stacy popping up, like the look of George Stacy, like, oh, this motherfucker. I told him not to do it. That was the vision.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So he cancels her out. Yeah. Meanwhile, he bumps into what will be Electro and Jamie Foxx with a horrible comb over
and the gap teeth. And
Carrie's Riddler in the beginning. It's campy and like he's nerdy. It's just
which is funny.
Yeah.
And I wanted to mention another thing about the first one. I give a little bit of credit to Garfield's depiction of Spider-Man. Spider-Man himself is a little bit funnier than Tobey Maguire's, for sure. Sharper writing. Yeah. However, it feels more like it feels kind of more like Deadpool, what he would say, without the cuss words. So I kind of I give it credit, and then I kind of take it away a little bit because it's like, I didn't like that shit, man. You got people fucking getting robbed and dying. It's just not very heroic. And then we go to the second one. He saves Jamie Foxx's character, and Jamie Foxx gets like obsessed with him. Like
he's obsessed. Yeah,
single white female obsessed with this guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He dumps Gwen, and then they introduce the Harry character. Like they've known each other for all these years.
He's
Like,
been away.
Don't forget.
They've been away. He's been away at boarding school.
but he
for a
never
long time.
mentions him in the first movie.
No.
He
Don't
acts like
forget,
he didn't
though,
even know
during-
Oscorp. He didn't even know Oscorp.
During all of this, remember, Electro is made by Jamie Foxx falling into a vat of water with eels. That is how Electro is made. No,
It's genetically enhanced eels, guys. Do it right.
Genetically enhanced.
Do it
They
right.
have two
That
fins instead of
motherfucker's
one.
his gap in his tooth got healed by eels. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't even make sense.
He lost all his hair and went blue. We're talking about a guy who's swinging by automatic webs, and this is your argument? Like
He's a glow stick.
Why does a black man have a fucking a fucking comb over like that? Come on, man.
Because
Really?
it would not have looked right if he had the George Jefferson. Come on, dude.
That would have been. I will give it a little bit of credit, as much as I give credit to the Raimi films of being a little campy. Okay, that was like their first time where they kind of stabbed at campy. It didn't work. It was miserable.
No, it was terrible.
It was terrible.
Yeah, it was not good. I will admit.
And
He
Jamie
could have
Foxx is
just
funny.
been. He could have been just. He could have been just a utility worker, Max Dillon, the utility worker who works there, and could have been bald or whatever. He didn't have to be balding.
Well, he could have been fired and then become, I don't know, get tech and whatnot, and become the Jamie Foxx, what is it, Electro?
Yeah.
In No Way Home.
No Way Home. But that happens because he has an arc reactor on him. He gets that arc reactor set up. So the arc reactor isn't invented in this one. So that's how come he didn't have that tech.
For anybody that didn't see this film.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're ruining the fucking.
The film, well, it's a lot of spoilers in this.
Yeah.
The
It's
film
been out
starts with
a
Peter
while.
Parker's parents again on a private jet, trying to flee.
They're trying to go to
Osborne.
Boca
They're
Raton.
trying to get away from Osborne.
Yeah, they're trying to get away from Osborne, and then all of a sudden, there's like a fucking. It turns into Jason Bourne's fucking spy on the plane that they're on.
They're so close to Cancun for those bottomless margaritas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They abandoned their kid and their parents. The spy that's on the plane, planted by Osborne or Oscorp, kills fucking the pilot.
Yeah.
And then basically,
How did we not know you were a spy?
Right. And then he's about to kill Peter Parker's parents, but of course there is a fucking fight that ensues, and Peter Parker dad, he fucking overpowers the spy. That I don't know why fucking villains do that. He could have just shot the motherfucker, but he wanted to.
Now that I'm reading on it, Richard Parker and Mary Parker were important to the Spider-Man sequence, or that, because not only were they scientists for Oscorp, they were also agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's what.
Yeah. So that might have, but that's not touched on because we don't know about fucking S.H.I.E.L.D. yet.
Yeah, exactly. So why even put it in the film?
Yeah.
But
I didn't even know that. That's
Oh no, I knew that even back then, but it was
Yeah.
like this is right around when this is 2012. We gotta think of 2014.
So what is it? Marvel had already come out with movies introducing Shield, and then was there going to be a possible connection? Because the talks had started, I think, back in 2012.
So this is a Columbia. This was the last Columbia produced film for Spider-Man and Sony. Because we didn't even talk about that, why it wasn't, or did you guys do that? Talk about why it wasn't a Spider-Man 4 for Tobey Maguire.
We didn't talk about it. We just know that he did an interview. Tobey did an interview discussing that there was going to be a 4, But at that time, it's funny because he was doing an interview at that time. Talks had broke down, so he didn't even know that it wasn't going to be a 4. At least that's how the interview.
Well, you know what Raimi said. Reportedly he said that he didn't think he can come out with a good script in time for the deadline that represented what the first 3 represented. So he just kind of let it lapse, and they just went ahead and did something. Instead of like expanding on what he did, they just wanted to do a reboot.
Well, to be quite honest, I'm kind of glad how everything has culminated with the series. Like it was a good ending. They wrapped up a lot of loose ends. Characters that knew each other. In this last one, you didn't think they knew each other, but they did. So it got all wrapped up. I really liked how they did that.
You're talking about the Tom Holland one.
Yes, I liked how they ended everything. I'm not thinking about these other 2 movies. All I know is Spider-Man 2, he tried to beat a mechanical rhino. We don't know what happened. But apparently he shows up. But
before we even get there, you got fucking Harry Osborn away from boarding home. Who's the actor who plays him?
Dean DeHaan.
DeHaan. Seems like a good actor.
He is a very good actor.
Yeah.
They have good actors in both of these movies. Let me first say that. And I give Alex Garfield, am I saying his name right?
It's Andrew Garfield.
I give Andrew Garfield a lot of credit. He does most of his stunts. I've seen the behind the scenes of him doing his own stunts. He's a very athletic guy. I like his stature. He fits the mold of Spider-Man. And of course, if you see No Way Home, it's like, no, man, he's a good Spider-Man. However, you're right, or whoever said it, like he's not a good Peter Parker, but he's definitely a fucking good Spider-Man. And the effects in these movies, both of them, are fucking great. I think they're way better than the Tobey Maguire ones, but that's just the phase of technology that has really, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of things that they did right was they didn't rely on CGI effects as much as I thought they did. Because doing the research, I just thought CGI. But after learning what they did,
it's an 8-foot lizard.
Okay, okay.
Jamie Foxx is a glow stick.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find some positive points in this film.
There are none.
There are 2 for me.
There was no positive points in this movie.
I give it 2.
What is it? The one positive? Well, no, it didn't even happen. I really wanted that kid to get just railed by the rhino.
Oh yeah, the kid that went up front. I didn't like that kid. I was like, this is stupid. Yeah.
And everyone in the New York Police Department that was there that day should have been fired.
Yeah, that kid going out there. First off, that parent should have got arrested for parental
negligence.
Yeah, and then him going out there with that Spider-Man outfit on, thinking that he was going to take on the Russian rhino.
And why are these why are the people looking as shit is getting destroyed? Shouldn't they be running away? What the fuck are they doing? And
I wanted to know more about this rhino suit, because the concept was good. It is a rhino RINO suit in the comic, but I wanted to know what was the basics. Like, is it from what I understood, it was a tank, or was it a bio? Like, what is he, a cyborg now? Like, what?
No, it was a tank.
Yeah.
It was literally just Paul Giamatti's
that was the Michael Bay
shoulders and his fat fucking head and his double chin just sitting there trying to make a crappy Russian accent.
So I'm taking it that Paul Giamatti didn't win you over.
If I could punch anyone in the face, it would be Paul Giamatti.
Really?
That wasn't.
You didn't like Paul Giamatti? I like Paul Giamatti. Yeah.
Did you see Sideways?
I was just about to mention that movie.
You didn't like Sideways?
Yeah.
No, I want to punch him in the face.
Oh wow, man!
Isn't Sandman in that movie too?
No, Sandman is in 3.
Yes, he is.
No, Sandman's in 3.
In the movie Sideways.
Oh yeah,
Oh
no,
yeah, Thomas Hayden Church.
You got
Oh, shit.
Sandman and the Rhino, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I hate that fucking movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Aaron, I'm shocked.
I am too.
That was like very. That was like
It was just kind of like when independent films were coming out, and it was just like, oh, this is an independent movie. It's Sideways. It's with Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church. Yeah, it's an independent film.
Oh, it was
and I'm like,
one
you
of
know
those.
how much it was backed by? Like, no, this is not an independent film. When indie films were coming out, then everyone took credit for movies. Sorry, I'm pointing. Took credit for fucking movies that they were not independent films.
Oh, okay. So what
wait,
you're saying is your argument is. Oh, go ahead, Don.
I'm sorry. Okay.
But no, to me,
But I
it's
was gonna ask you,
hoity-toity. It's
Aaron,
like fucking
An
nose up in
independent
the air.
movie is took a very small budget to make, but that doesn't mean after the fact, when it gets like big budget studios behind it, that is still not an independent film.
I don't like movies that like 60-year-olds go and see on a Sunday afternoon. Those movies are worthless to me.
Oh my God!
Why?
Dude.
Worthless.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why?
Why can't 60-year-olds see films?
Yeah.
Why?
They've had their time.
Oh shit!
Dude, that's like 23 years away from us.
Yeah.
Shut up, Don.
That make you sad?
I'm ageist.
Actually 22 years. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I do get what you're saying, and I didn't care too much for I wanted to know what the armor was, and then it's saying here he was supposed to play the Rhino again in the Amazing Spider-Man 3, but the franchise was canceled and later rebooted with Homecoming. So it would have been cool. Or maybe it would have been too much to have had him in this one as well. I don't know. He was, because Rhino is a part of Sinister Six. It would have been great to have seen him in this one. But
So are both of these films based off the Ultimate Spider-Man?
Yes.
Because
So
Mark Webb said he introduced a few elements from that comic, but he said instead of Gwen Stacy being a punk rocker, he wanted to like really emphasize the romantic relationship, which I thought he did way fucking too much in the second film. And at one point, Peter Parker, he distanced himself from her, which I liked, because then they have this whole montage of him just being like stuck in his work and being Spider-Man.
I
Which
think
is like, I can relate to that shit. Like, oh my God, it almost looked like he was punching the clock to be Spider-Man.
okay,
And then at one point he starts stalking her. I'm like,
real quick, think of Spider-Man 2. It's literally almost the same thing. Except
stalking?
no, not stalking. He was seeing her.
Stalking her, Aaron.
No,
He
no,
was
well, I'm just
stalking
saying,
her.
okay, real quick. I know he was stalking her, but it's literally, if you look at it, it's similar stories with the whole MJ and Peter Parker and then Gwen Stacy. Like, he had to stop doing it because he wanted to have some type of relationship with MJ, whereas the Peter and Amazing Spider-Man cannot go near Gwen Stacy. It is similar stories. He's willing to give up the whole Spider-Man mythos, but to me, it comes down to writing and pacing. Amazing Spider-Man 2 did not have the same pacing and writing that the second Spider-Man had. Second Spider-Man was 100% better than the first, and the first was amazing too.
Mhm.
yeah, it was all right, I'm on a level with you. So
and
for
Paul
me,
Giamatti and John Adams, he's the most insufferable fucking actor I've ever met. Okay, I'm done.
I mean,
You don't
you
like
met
Paul
him in John.
Giamatti?
Wait a minute. You met him in John Adams.
No, I didn't meet him in John Adams, the
the
HBO
mini-
Oh, the
miniseries.
movie. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Well,
you didn't like
you
him?
said-
Insufferable.
Yeah,
is
well, you said,
insufferable.
yeah. I don't know, man.
In
I like him.
Billions, he's insufferable. But
And then
So
I watched that too, and then you just imagine the smell back then. God,
So, no, so
Everybody's
nobody liked
musty.
him as the orangutan trainer in Planet of the Apes.
oh
I
my
didn't see
God. Don't
That's
get
not
me
the
started
first one,
on
is
that
it?
fucking Marky Mark.
The first one with Marky Mark. Yeah. He played the orangutan that would train the humans.
Tim Burton did that one.
Yeah, Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll just say this. As a fan, I wasn't really focused too much on the writing for Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm just going in to see what product is going to be given to us. As a fan, if I'm looking at it, I don't like all the loose ends. There was more loose ends. So I can understand what you mean with the pacing. There was a lot of problems with the introduction of these characters and how for me, I think Electro was too much. I like Jamie Foxx playing Electro, but I think it was way too much what they did. But again, it was going off the Ultimate universe, and I think you cannot translate a lot of these Ultimate characters into film. You just can't, in my opinion.
What did you want to see more? Because I know what I wanted to see, and I didn't see it.
I would have liked to have seen Green Goblin out the gate, like the first one with Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen that. We established
even if he wasn't there, like okay, they did it with James Franco. He was in the first.
Yeah, and they made Harry
movie.
Green Goblin. They made Harry the Green Goblin. I thought that was garbage, man. Like Chris Cooper, I think would have did well. I mean, I like Chris Cooper. He's a good actor. He would have done well.
I don't know about that. I don't. He is good. He is a good actor.
With CGI and all that.
Green Goblin?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I can't see Willem Dafoe. Like, if you look at him, Chris Cooper doesn't have like. Willem Dafoe looks like a goblin.
Yeah, well, I'm saying if they're doing
Not the prerequisite, you got to look like a goblin.
The eyes, it's in the eyes.
Yes,
crazy eyes.
So I understand that, but what I'm saying is Chris Cooper's Goblin could have been the Ultimate Goblin. Go and look at the Ultimate Goblin. That's all CGI. His voice, the way he carries his voice, his pitch. It would have been very well for him to have been the Ultimate Goblin. But I just don't know how that would have translated on screen. So I'm kind of torn. The Sinister Six, they were because Kraven the Hunter was supposed to appear. And they couldn't even get him in there, which again led to this Schumacher issue of putting too many fucking villains in these movies. Yeah, it's way too much going on.
Harry Osborn in this movie didn't really get started until an hour into the fucking movie. If you remember that shit. They introduce fucking Electro's character.
Yeah.
Bad comb over. They introduce Harry like we've already known him. Like, no.
Yeah.
We didn't know this guy, and then you want us to believe that Peter knew of him, even though in the first movie he didn't even really know what Oscorp was. He didn't
even talk about it.
He snuck his way into Oscorp.
The other thing too is like Peter. What is it? Dean DeHaan, who plays Harry Osborn. He looks like, God, what is it?
I know what he looks.
A male escort. Looks like a male escort with his hair combed to the side.
Yeah,
and just like he looks like he should have like a sailor outfit on. With the,
you know who I thought he looked like? I thought he looked like the person I thought could have been Spider-Man when we talked about it in the last episode. I thought he kind of looked like a young, what's his name? DiCaprio. I thought he looked like a young DiCaprio.
That's a stretch.
Yeah,
but it's
maybe not as I don't know. I don't judge men, but he just looked related to him. Like, oh, man, he could have been DiCaprio. I'm not saying he's good as DiCaprio.
I'm gonna tell you, Dean DeHaan is a good actor.
Yeah,
I would have liked to have seen him play Spider-Man. He could have played Spider-Man. He was fantastic in this one movie that bombed, which was what was it? Valerian. I loved Valerian, and it bombed. So if you ever check that out, that's a good film.
Do you guys want to talk about the people who auditioned for this to be Peter Parker instead of Alex? Oh my God, what's this?
Andrew
Where am I getting Alex Garfield from? Let me start this over so I can edit this right. Do you guys want to talk about the people who auditioned to be Peter Parker instead of Andrew Garfield?
Sure. Who was?
I was gonna
let's
say you guys can. I do have to get going though. That's why we had to start earlier.
Oh, okay.
I have to be
so,
out of here
hey,
by 7:30.
let's tie this off because we're going to be going hiking. But overall, what do you rate these? 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down. What do you rate for these movies? So for Amazing Spider-Man 1, what do we give that? 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down.
It's a shaky thumbs up. It's like
Shaky thumbs up.
Yeah,
what about
For
you?
first
What-
Amazing Spider-Man?
for the first Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah, I agree.
Shaky thumbs up. So I'll do that. 3 shaky thumbs up. For Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh,
I'm gonna give it a
2 dicks down. Like, just terrible. You know
All
what?
right.
The first one by Forbes ranked the film as the 7th greatest comic books superhero film of all time.
I'm not gonna lie. Andrew Garfield is extremely talented. Actually, I
He is.
watched him in
Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
And
Social
I don't want to
Network.
take away. Yeah, Social Network. Also, what is it? Red Riding,
Yeah.
which is like a horror kind of murder mystery type thing. Red Riding. I think it's 1979.
Mhm.
Those movies, all those movies, that trilogy is amazing. And Andrew Garfield's in it, playing a journalist who
Okay.
comes upon this conspiracy. You guys, if I recommend anything, it is that series.
He's also in
Blows me
Hacksaw.
away.
He's in Hacksaw Ridge,
Yeah.
I think.
Hacksaw
he did.
Ridge.
Yeah.
And everyone is pretty talented in that except for Paul Giamatti.
I didn't know
And
you hated him. I love this new found.
This is new. This is news to me.
I thought he was.
I
a
thought
good
you would have
actor.
liked him. I thought
no,
you would have liked
no, not in the league. I just insufferable, and he seems like he's an asshole. But that's just me. That's just me.
So
him.
you
He
don't
could be
watch-
like the nicest dude in the world. And
You
Yeah,
don't
he
watch
calls me-
Billions. You don't watch Billions at all.
No, because he's in it.
oh, shit.
I ain't gonna lie, Aaron. If you think he's insufferable, then yeah, you don't watch that.
Oh my god, it's
He's very
everything he does.
insufferable in that. I think he's just good at being insufferable, though.
He's
It's
not always
fucking
like
John
that.
Adams. John Adams, man. Just and then also no, he plays. Look, he even played the same character as Rhino. It's the same David Schwimmer effect, where it's the
Fuck.
Oh.
How do you get
Oh,
David
come
Schwimmer?
Come on. Don't
they're
do
both
that.
the same.
He's better than David.
He always plays some like angry, loud, like verklempt dude.
Joe
and it's the
Pesci?
same thing with Dave. Joe Pesci is a great fucking actor.
He
Now
plays
wait a
an
minute.
angry
Wait a
guy.
minute. Wait a minute.
No, not all. Have you seen Gone Fishing?
No.
Oh, with
Danny Glover,
Danny Glover, Joe Pesci,
Yes.
and Danny Glover. in
My
Gone
Cousin
Fish.
Vinny. My Cousin Vinny was a
My cousin
fucking
Vinny's
amazing-
good.
Yeah.
my
Raging
cousin
Bull.
Raging Bull. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said he was a great actor. I'm just
Yeah.
saying he does kind of play the same character.
Loud.
No,
yeah,
no, 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 no,
obnoxious.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no,
Casino,
no, no, no.
Yeah.
Home Alone,
Yeah. Loud, obnoxious.
Goodfellas.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but no, it's different. No, it's different. Paul Giamatti plays Paul Giamatti, like having to wait for the bathroom and he's about to shit his
Okay,
pants.
he's a character actor. I'm not.
But
not-
Pesci is the
Shit.
same thing, though. I mean, have you ever heard Pesci talk about how he terrorized Macaulay Culkin on set?
no,
Hilarious.
but I want to.
Yeah. He talks about how he actually, that part where he's like he's gonna bite his fingers off. He actually bit him hard enough to leave a fucking mark on his
Yeah.
fingers. Yeah, Pesci did that, and then Pesci said that
We were worried
anytime-
about Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and Pesci talked about how whenever Macaulay Culkin tried to get close to him, he's like, "Get the fuck away from me!" Like he was just because he knew that he was trying to stay in character and so on and so forth. So
Yeah.
he was just a dick to Macaulay Culkin. So
So
anyway,
you
let's
didn't
wrap
like
it up.
this- Nobody liked the second, right?
No, that's a big no.
I give it a thumbs down, but I would still watch it if it came on.
No.
Fucking
Yeah.
Alex Garfield's character, Peter Parker.
Andrew Garfield.
Alex Garfield. Andrew.
Who is Alex Garfield? Who is this guy?
I don't know. It's
Sounds like a
probably
baseball
fan.
player. Plays for the
probably-
Yankees.
Alex Rodriguez. I'm probably confusing him with that, but his character
plays for the Yankees.
Golden coins in a calculator that somehow his dad put in, and he finds a subway a la like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of the secret lab. It's like, Jesus Christ.
It's comic based, bro. It's comic based. Come on, man. That's
because it's comic based doesn't mean it works for film. It was like thrown in the middle of that. He had a relationship issue with Gwen. He had an issue with Electro. He had something with Osborn, and he didn't want to give Osborn his own blood to save him. That made no fucking sense either. He's like, oh, that's my dog. He's like, man, I'm sick. I need help. I need a cure.
Because he didn't know how
it was a dick. I'm good.
It's a dick move, but there was the consequences. The consequences would have been greater. I'm studying this right now in college for philosophy. The consequences would have been much greater because you don't know how his blood being radiated would have affected him having this disease. We don't even know what the disease is. You just said it was syphilis, so you had no fucking idea.
It looked a lot like syphilis. That was a good point.
That's my point. Like, yo, you my dog. Aaron, you like, yo, man, I need help. Like, Spider-Man can help me. And I'm Spider-Man. You don't think I'm going to like, hey, man.
Well, I'd be like,
I'll help you, but by the way,
first thing I would say is, man, Spider-Man's pretty short, huh?
He's black. Yeah. His big old dick like hanging from his costume, like.
So yeah, I mean that's a whole nother issue we can discuss later on, but we'll wrap up and all
right, guys,
get into the next episode of the Marvel Spider-Man with what's that boy's name?
Tom Holland.
Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, there you go. Plays for the Padres.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right. Thank you for listening, guys. Check out the blog, the website, afterschoolspecialpodcasts.com. And we appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you for listening.
One quick thing, you guys. I understand you might not want to leave a comment or rate, but you can at least share these episodes and listen to the old episodes if you wouldn't mind. Thank you guys to our new fans. We love you all. And Excelsior, whatever.
Excelsior, Jesus fucking Christ, Alex Garfield.
Sponsored by Tequila
and Folgers.